Welcome back to class. As I've said earlier in the last video, we are committed to solving mathematics problem to make it as easy as possible. And trust me, if you can follow us on this YouTube channel, I'm going to make sure that by the help of God, no topic in any of the subjects that we will be taking that will be difficult for you to solve. You are going to leave. You are going to have your comment section. Please make your comments. Peradventure you have any question in course of any of the subjects that we are going to take. Thank you very much. God bless you. So let's go to class. Today we are going to take indices. Indices. First, we need to understand that there are various numbers, and when you have a number and you want to multiply that same number in a multiple time, that is when indices come to play. Now let's take for instance, I want to multiply 2 in 3 times. You want to multiply 2 3 times, so that will give us 2 times 2 times 2. This is 8. Now, you will see that we are multiplying 2 in 3 places. We are multiplying 2 3 times. And because we are multiplying 2 3 times, it becomes easy to write it like this. Now, what if we are to multiply 2 in 10 places or more? What if we are multiplying 2 in 50 places? Imagine I want to multiply 2 in 50 places. Will I begin to write 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 until I get to 40? That will be difficult. Number one, it will consume your time. Number two, it will waste a lot of effort. It will waste your ink and it will equally waste your paper. So in order to address this problem, that is when indices come to play. That is when indices come to play. Now, for this 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, which gives us 8. So if you want to express it as indices, we are going to express it as 2 raised to power 3. 2 raised to power 3, which will be the same thing as 8. Now you can see that this takes less time, and this takes less time, and you can see, of course, what I just write here now is not as much as this one, the one up here, 2 times 2 times 2, and that is why indices come to play. In a nutshell, when we say indices, the very first thing I want you to understand is that we have a particular number that is multiplying itself multiple times. We have a particular number that is multiplying itself multiple times, and we don't want to be repeating the number. We don't want to be repeating it and repeating and repeating. So instead of repeating it, we can write that number and use the number of times that we want to be multiplying it as the power. And that is why we have indices. Thank you. If that is understood, then let's move to, before we continue, this 2/3 that I used as an example the other time, under these indices we call this power or index. Why this 2 is called the base. So as we continue, you are going to be hearing me say, you are going to be hearing words like 2 raised to power 3, 4 raised to power 5, a raised to power b. So you shouldn't be confused with the time. All right. As we can add numbers, of course, you know we can add a, we can add b, we can add a plus b. We know it's a plus b. So also we can add indices. We can divide indices, we can multiply indices, and we can as well subtract indices. In order to do this, laws have been put in place to make sure that we do this effectively. Laws have been set aside. There are about 8 to 9 laws that govern indices. There are about 8 to 9 laws that govern the addition, the division, and the multiplication, the subtraction of indices. And I would like us to go through these laws one after the other. Welcome back to class. Let's continue from where we stopped. In our last video, we talked about the fact that we can divide, we can multiply, we can as well add and subtract indices. And I told us in the last video that laws have been set in place to be able to multiply and divide indices. And so this law is called laws of indices. Laws of indices. As I said in the last video that there are 7 laws. There are 7 laws. And let's quickly go through the laws one after the other. The first law that we will check is the multiplicative law. Multiplicative law. Multiplicative law of indices in general. This law says that if you have a raised to power x multiplied by a raised to power y, then we pick one of the base, which is a x plus y. Number 1. Let's say we want to look for 10 raised to power 5 and 10 raised to power 7. So this law says that since the base are the same, we pick one of the base, we have the power 5 plus 7, and that will give us 10 raised to power of 12. I think you understand that. Very good. Let's see another example. When you have a raised to power 6 times a raised to power 10. The laws of indices states that using multiplicative law, since we have common base, we pick one, then we add up the powers 6 plus 10, and you have a raised to power of 16. Please, if you have anything that you are not clear with, if you need any clarification about any of the explanations that I make or that I will make, you can easily use the comment button and place your comments, ask your questions, and give your suggestions. We will be happy and we will welcome all suggestions. Thank you very much.